Hello folks, this is old Bubba the Jewish Redneck Prepper back with you today. And we're doing a video here in Crawfordville, Georgia. A living ghost town with a lot of history. Many a film here over the decades have been made here. But we are here at A.H. Stevens State Park. And if you wonder who A.H. Stevens is, he was the vice president of the Confederacy and made his home here in Crawfordville, Georgia. And here at Alexander H. Stevens State Park and other areas around Crawfordville, Georgia here, many a movie was shot, like Coward of the County, Sweet Home Alabama, and a few of the scenes of Sweet Home Alabama was shot here at A.H. Stevens State Park. Join us here as we try to do a little tour here today, and can't get into the museum, which is his old home and now owned and ran by the Georgia state government, but they are open sometimes for visitors. You have to look up on the state park website to see what days they're open and what hours. Okay, join us as we try to take a little tour on our grounds out here. Will you? Shalom. Down that road is the entrance to the state park. They got fishing and canoeing, camping, horseback riding, and a lot of other amenities there at the state park. Sign says, "Welcome to A.H. Stevens State Historic Site." It's open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Most days I have to work. The historic site is closed from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. for lunch. And there's the standard rates for visitors. But let's walk down through here and just see what all they have. There's some beautiful ground out here. Not sure what this particular house it was used for. But probably was part of his plantation here that he owned. It's probably now the visitor center now, but this is his main house here. Okay, we got this little plaque that it says Alexander H. Stevens Liberty Hall, an excursion into antebellum Georgia. It says it's a modest mansion, and he resided here at Liberty Hall from 1843 until his death in 1883. Stevens completely rebuilt the residence in 1875, not dubbing it a modest mansion. It remains as much as it was during his life and contains many of his original furnishings. Liberty Hall has a hipped roof, weatherboard siding, follows the Georgia plan associated with the 18th century English Georgian architecture. 4 rooms up and down, often divided by a central hall. The resident houses 4 bedrooms upstairs and a master's parlor, a ladies' parlor, dining room, Stevens' bedroom on the main floor. The kitchen, the library wing are to the sides and rear. The house was lighted by gas lights, fed from a Springfield gas machine located in one of the outbuildings. Stephen, known for his southern hospitality, always had his home filled with family and friends. He also entertained many of the South's most prominent leaders, such as Herschel V. Johnson, Joseph V. Brown, and Robert Toombs. And it goes on, tells other stories. And it shows some rooms of the house. It shows different parts of the house. And gives other information about what he did And one thing I didn't know about this, but he was also a U.S. elected Georgia state senator. He was in the House of Representatives, and he's also governor of Georgia at one time in 1882. So he was got a well house and all the houses out there, probably for slaves that worked the main house here. Beautiful house. Just heard air conditioning going off, central heating and air. There's another old historical churches here and everything. And old schoolhouse over there. Another old churches. And train bridge all over there in the distance. That was a scene shot there in Sweet Home, Alabama. So let's finish up with this video by going over here and checking out his statue. This says, the great commoner, defender of civil and religious liberty. He coveted and took from the republic nothing save glory. In non sibi alice, sounds like Latin. And this statue was erected of him in 1893. Just see what all it says. So this is the abstract of one of his speech. I am afraid of nothing on the earth, or above the earth, or under the earth, except to do wrong. The path of duty I shall never, ever endeavor to travel, fearing no evil and dreading no consequences. Here sleep the remains of one who dared to tell the people they were wrong when he believed so, and who never intentionally deceived a friend or betrayed even an enemy. Extracts from an Augusta speech of 1855. That's kind of ironic to a man who owned slaves. And up here gives a brief history about this former vice president of the Confederacy. Said he was born in February 11th, 1812, member of Georgia House of Representatives from 1836 to 1840. He was a member of Georgia State Senate in 1842, member of U.S. House of Representatives from 1843 to 1859. And that was before the Civil War. He retired from Congress in 1859. He became vice president of the Confederate States from 1861 to 1865. He was a U.S. Senator elect from Georgia in 1866. Member of the U.S. House of Representatives from 1873 to 1882. Governor of Georgia in 1882. Died in Atlanta, Georgia, Sunday morning, March of 1883. So he didn't serve long as Georgia. He's author of a constitutional view of the war between the states and of a compendium of the history of the United States from their earliest settlement to 1872. And there you go. Alexander Stephens. See what it says on the corner? It says, throughout a suffering body, mind, and spirit, he was a signal exemplar of wisdom, courage, and fortitude, patience, and unwearying charity. In the decrepitude of age, called to be governor of the state, he died while in performance of the work of his office. And it seemed fit that, having survived parents, brothers, and sisters, and most of the dear companions of youth, he should lay his dying head upon the bosom of the people. And here is a statue of the guy. And here, like Linton Stephens with a monument, Lieutenant Colonel, Regiment Georgia Infantry, Confederate States Army. He was born in 1823 and died in 1873, so that must have been one of his sons. The tablet is a tribute from the old guard of the Gate City Guard to the memory of their departed friend, Alexander Hamilton Stevenson, patriot and statesman, Vice President of the Confederate States of America, born February 11th, 1812, died March 4th, 1883. His remains rest beneath this tablet dedicated October 19th, 1913. So this is the grave of Alexander Stephens, Vice President of the Confederacy, right here in Crawfordville, Georgia. Folks, a little bit of history from Georgia. Wish I could guide on the inside today, but every time I seem to come to Crawfordville, never could get in here. Folks, if you like this video, a little bit of history of Georgia from the Jewish Redneck Prepper, how about hit the like button and leave a comment. Even our bad history, our darkest moments of history here in the United States, we're still all Americans. We've had our good times and our bad times in this country. And the Confederacy was some of our darkest history. The enslaving of our brethren was wrong. To take another man's life by a whip and make him work a plantation is wrong. And it's a bad mark on our history. We Jews know of that same history, been persecuted through the centuries. And that's another reason why I like documenting such history. It's our legacy, history. We should learn from it. The old saying is, if you don't learn from history, we're bound to repeat it. Folks, this is the Jewish Redneck Prepper saying God bless. Enjoy the journey. And shalom.